Welcome back! Today I'm going to show you how to plot via PowerShell or in fact any CLI, terminal, in Ubuntu, whatever you can find. It's basically really simple and you only need 3 lines. However, if you don't know already how to plot in the GUI, you might want to take a look at our video we made about plotting basics, because this is a little bit more advanced. First, let's take a look at the near-perfect documentation Chia has provided to us. Basically, in plotting, we have the basic plot command, chia-plots-create, and then we add certain flags and parameters. In here, we see the flags, and let's start by k. You usually, as you know from GUI, plot in k32. However, you can choose k33 or so on. N stands for the number of plots that will be plotted in sequence. So as soon as a plot has finished, it will be moved to your location D, which is your permanent drive, and afterwards the next plot is started. The flag B defines the memory or RAM that is being used, and I believe this is outdated, however you can just use the numbers you usually use in your GUI as well. -F and -P are interesting. They are the farmer public key and the pool public key. And you can change them or plot with them on a machine that you don't trust or somebody else could plot for you, and because you only got your public keys, he can't hack into your Chia account or anything else. -T is a temporary directory, and as I already explained to you in plotting basics, you usually want to use an SSD or a fast HDD. And in some instances you might want to split plotting on the temporary drives into phase 1 and phase 2, and then phase 3 and 4. You could do this by using -2. With -D you set your final directory, which is usually your hard drive from which you will then farm. Further on we have R, which is the number of threads, usually 2, and multithreading is only enabled in phase 1, so just stick with the numbers you used in your GUI. Use the number of buckets, and as I already explained again, in plotting basics, you usually want to choose a number as low as possible, like 64, with a hard drive, if you're plotting on it, to reduce random read and write cycles. However, then you have to increase the RAM. -E will disable bitfield plotting, which you usually don't do anymore, since plotting has become really fast with 0.1, 3 and 4 I think. Now let's start. Open your preferred CLI, in my case it's PowerShell, and put it somewhere. Basically we start by maneuvering to our daemon. Usually on Windows it's under your user, Leon. Here you have to enter your username, continue down the cycle and enter your current version. Copy, paste, hit enter. Now we are within daemon. To stay in PowerShell and to use the command as it follows, we have to enter cmd. You can hit Ctrl copy and then just right click into PowerShell to paste things. And last but not least, the chia-plots create. Again, this is the command to create, and these are the flags that we have entered for my plotting. In my case it's k32. I want to dedicate 4 GB of RAM, use 2 threads, bucket number of 128. My temporary directory will be under B1. Usually, again, like I already told you in plotting basics, you always want to plot in subfolders, since otherwise if a plot would abort, you have like ghost documents that you can't really delete since they are not in your trash, and they'll just disappear if you format your hard drive, and you might not want to do that as often. And then -D as your permanent storage drive, preferably HDD. And last but not least, the number of plots we want to create. The order of the flags doesn't matter. Control copy, right click and hit enter. Now we see, again I might want to blur something up here, but as we see it has started up correctly. You might now ask, how do I plot on a different machine? A machine I don't trust my keys to. Actually it's quite easy. We need just 2 more things. Like I already told you, we need the farmer public key and the pool public key. We get those keys, again, by opening PowerShell or any CLI and just entering the daemon and type in /chia keys show. This is needed on Windows, however the // might not be needed on Ubuntu. And here are my farmer public key, as well as my pool public key. Those usually can be shared without harm, however you should never share any other keys. Now we can go over to our other machine, the machine we want to plot on but do not trust. We install Chia like normally, but do not enter our 24 keywords. Instead, we just go directly to Powershell or any other CLI again, and type in the exact same things we already did. However, we want to add a -p with your public pool key and a -f with our public farmer key. And now, those plots being created in here on the different machine can be farmed by our farmer. And that's it. Quite easy, right? However, if I left any questions unanswered, please write them down in the comments and I will reply to them ASAP. Thanks for watching.